Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Study with Azaria. Today we're going to be looking at converting fractions between mixed and improper fractions. As usual, we start with our brain teaser of the day. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see the solution. So we're first going to start off by recapping the different types of fractions in order for us to understand how to convert fractions. So first we have the proper fractions. This is simply where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Then we have the improper fractions where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Then we have the mixed fraction where there is a whole number part and a fraction part. If you're slightly confused about all these different types of fractions, please make sure to check out the video before this video to understand the basics before we get into converting fractions. So in the previous video we were simplifying fractions. Some questions may ask you for a fraction in its simplest form. But when asked the simplest form, that could either mean a simplified fraction or a mixed number / mixed fraction. First, we're going to learn how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number. So let's take the example 5/2, also known as 5 halves. So let's visualize it using our circles. We have 3 circles here cut into 2 pieces so that we can get halves. And as we know, there are 5 halves, so we've shaded 5 of those halves in. Now, where understanding a mixed fraction becomes key is that a mixed fraction has a whole number and a fraction included. So as we can see, 5 halves has been shaded in. How many of these circles have fully been shaded in so we can get our whole number? We can see 2 of these circles have fully been shaded in. So we can see that the whole number of our mixed fraction is 2, and we have 1/2 left over. Again, we're going to have a go at one more example. Let's say we have the question 5/4, or also known as 5/4. We're going to visualize again with our circles. We've cut the circles into quarters and we've shaded in 5 of those because there are 5 quarters. So again, we have to ask ourselves which circle has a full circle. It's all been shaded. We have exactly 1 full circle. So we know that the whole number part of our mixed fraction has to be 1. And then we only have 1/4 left over that has been shaded. So that is our fractional part. So our answer is, from an improper fraction into a mixed fraction, 5/4 is equivalent or equal to 1 and 1/4. Now, you've probably already figured out by now that we can't always use circles or images to show our fractions visually, so we have to be able to calculate and convert them in our heads. So the first thing to do when you're turning an improper fraction to a mixed number is know that you always keep the same denominator, as it's been cut into 5 pieces, and that isn't going to change or adapt when you go through converting them. So then the second question you ask yourself is, how many times can the denominator go into the numerator? In our case, it's how many times can 5 go into 32? And if you know your timetables, you know that 6 times 5 gives us 30. So that is the closest we can get to 32. Therefore, our whole number part of our mixed fraction is going to be 6. Then you have to ask yourself, what is the remainder? So we know that 6 times 5 gave us 30. So we have to subtract the numerator, 32, by 30, which gave us 2. So that goes on top in the numerator for our fraction. So therefore, converting 32/5 into a mixed fraction gives us 6 2/5. So let's have a go at 2 more examples. Our first question is 17/4 or 17/4. So again, the first question we ask ourselves is, how many 4s can go into 17? And if you know, 4 times 4 gives us 16, which is close enough for our whole number part. So when you're trying to find which number comes close enough, it needs to make sure that the number you're choosing multiplies by your denominator to get to the numerator as close as possible. So we chose 4 because 4 times 4 gives us 16. We couldn't choose 5 because 4 times 5 gives us 20, which is larger than the numerator. So continuing, 4 times 4 gave us 16, so now we had to find the difference between 16 and the numerator, which is 17, which is 1. Then of course we keep our denominator the same, so our mixed fraction becomes 4 1/4. For our next fraction, we need to ask ourselves how many 12s can go into 29. Of course, the closest we can get is 2 times 12, which gives us 24. So our whole number part is 2. Then we have to find the difference between 24 and 29, which is 5. And the denominator stays the same. So our mixed fraction is 2 5/12. Now that we've learned how to convert an improper fraction to a mixed fraction, we need to learn how to do a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So the way you start that off is the denominator stays the same like we did before. The second step is multiplying the whole number in the mixed fraction by the denominator. So we're going to do 6 times 4, which is 24. Then we have to add the product of 6 times 4 to the numerator. So 6 times 4 was 24, and then we need to add it to the numerator, which is 27. So the mixed fraction of 6 3/4 becomes an improper fraction of 27/4. So again, for this example, we start off by multiplying the whole number part of the mixed fraction by the denominator, so 3 times 7, which gives us 21. Then we need to add our 21 to our numerator, which is 2. So 21 add 2 gives us 23, and of course our denominator stays the same. So our improper fraction for this question is 23/7. So now that we've learned how to convert between mixed fractions and improper fractions, here are some practice questions for you to have a go at. You can either pause the video now and have a go and come back later for the answers, or you can watch me go through them now. And well done if you get them all right, but if you don't worry, there's plenty of time to practice. And finally, here are the answers to the brain teasers that were shown at the beginning of the video. If you've tuned in to the very end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below any other videos you'd like to see in the future. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, thank you.